So today we have another fabulous fifth grade writing. Their perspective on this time in history was their challenge. And Lexi is our writer today, and she's imagining if she were writing for a history book that would be read 30 years from now. In the year 2020, a new coronavirus spread worldwide. The virus was called COVID-19, and President Trump declared a national emergency. And on March 13th, 2020, for many students, that was the last time they entered their classrooms in a school for that year. Now, COVID-19 came from Wuhan, China, and it was supposedly caused by a bat. The virus rapidly jumped from place to place, person to person, soon causing a pandemic. Now, because of the pandemic, President Trump had to shut down all the schools, businesses, non-essential places, travel, state parks, and everyone that was not associated with stopping the virus in some way had to stay inside or quarantine. Now, people had to be quarantined to curb the number of infected people. People of all ages could be infected with the virus, and some got really sick with severe symptoms, while some didn't. Now, some ways that stopped or slowed down the spread of the virus were to social distance, and that's to stay at least 6 feet apart. People stayed at home. They used telehealth or Zoom or apps, ways to stay in touch with their doctors. They wore masks, washed their hands after touching surfaces, and in all capital letters it says, "And do not touch your face." You had to wash your hands after touching takeout, groceries, mail, or anything outside of your home. If you didn't have food at home, restaurants offered curbside service or delivery. Life for graduating seniors, graduating 8th graders, and graduating 5th graders was very different. One day a week, students would come and pick up work packets. Some teachers would even deliver packets. And if you didn't have a working device or electronic, you could come and pick up work for 2 or 3 weeks. Now, even though some schools closed for the whole year, you could always take that time and try something new, like a new food or a new game with your family. Now, people and caretakers were working really hard to provide food and shelter for those in need. There were food drives and homeless shelters. Churches had shelters. And some people, such as nurses and doctors, were putting their lives on the line to help others through the pandemic. And everyone can appreciate what those people did. Now, although the entire world was dealing with the destruction of this disease, people all over the world came together to cheer each other up and to encourage each other to be strong. They did this by having Zoom parties, honking or shouting for courageous healthcare workers. They had online dance parties, birthday parades, hearts and teddy bears in windows or cars for fun distancing scavenger hunts. They did chalk art on sidewalks and driveways for support, and they even had mask-making donations. So this virus was a really hard time in history, but everyone believed in themselves, and we all got through it. Great job, Lexi, as always.